Hi, this is Krista Renee from the 90 Day Podcast Show. The month of July concept is extraordinary people doing extraordinary things. This is for both men and women. What extraordinary things you've done that stood out or planning on doing? Please share it with me, Krista Renee, on the 90 Day Podcast. Hi, this is Krista Renee from the 90 Day Podcast, and I have with me Sheryl. And this month, the month of July, we are talking about extraordinary people doing extraordinary things. And I invited Sheryl on my podcast because I believe she is an extraordinary woman.
Mm-hmm. So we.
She is also funny too. Sheryl and I met. We met some years ago. We met at a job called Care Centrics, and from day one, our first day at the job, we just hit it off. Our birthdays are a day apart from one another. That's how close we are.
That's right.
We are Pisces. My birthday is March 10th, and your birthday is
March 9th.
March 9th. So we're like sisters from another mother.
That's we are.
So Sheryl, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, well, I'm a single mom. Unfortunately, I'm unemployed right now, but the greatest joy of my life is my son. And he's going to Eastern now, and he works part-time this summer. And I just, as long as I get to see him once or twice a week, I'm good.
All right. Right now, we are going to take a break, but when we come back, we are going to hear more from Sheryl. This is Krista Renee from the 90 Day Podcast. If you are looking to buy a car in good condition with a 30-day warranty, then you have to check out.
My name is Salvatore Visicale. My address 631 Wethersfield Avenue, Hartford. My phone number is 60713-8348. I got best car I can sell. Just to come down, I'll help you out, find a good car, reliable car.
He has the best cars from Ford, Dodge, Honda, Subaru, Toyota, and Saab. They are all in good condition. He offers a 30-day warranty on engines and transmissions. His cars are reasonable. And check this out. He will negotiate prices. There is no financing, so have your money ready. Check it out today. Eastern Auto Sales. This commercial has been sponsored by
Salvatore Visicale.
Welcome back to the 90 Day Podcast Show. This is Krista Renee, and my guest is Sheryl Abrams. All right. So let's start. Let's start with the questions. Okay. So how did the COVID-19 affect you and your family, you and your son?
Well, this March of 2020, I actually got COVID. And I wound up getting laid off also. And they said it was due to COVID.
Okay.
And my son was going through his senior year of high school, and he wound up taking care of me.
Okay.
And I was very, very lucky not to have any, at least from what I know, lingering, side effects or whatever. Because I watch too much news.
Right.
And see, the horrific things that happen to people.
Did you get really sick?
I got really sick. it was hard to breathe, and I have a nebulizer, which I used 3 or 4 times a day, which it didn't feel like it helped at all.
Wow.
When I used it, but I used it, and I think that's what helped me get through it. Because I saw, again, on the news what happened to somebody's lungs,
right.
From COVID, and I'm lucky I still have mine. Well, because I'm talking to you today.
Right.
But
right.
Yeah, I just feel like I was very lucky. My son took care of me. I had to put a chair in the shower because I was very dizzy.
Oh wow.
Were
you hospitalized?
No, I wasn't. I was very lucky. I stayed at home. I did what the news told me to. I called the 1-800 number. I called my doctor. They told me just to stay home. I stayed home. And I just, it's just something that has to work out itself.
Yeah.
It's horrible. I don't wish it on anybody. As soon as I stood up, I blacked out for a minute. So I stood there for a minute until I got my eyesight back. And I lived in a very small apartment, and my son had to walk me from my bedroom to the living room so I wouldn't fall because I was so dizzy.
Wow.
And like I said, it was a small apartment, not very big, So, so it took about 6 weeks, I want to say, to get through it. I got through it. I've been applying for jobs ever since.
Wow.
Still haven't got a job, but I'm working on it. I'm staying positive.
That's the way to go. That's the way to go. Who was your fight for recovery for? It was for you and your son.
Absolutely. I just have to think of him, and I get the strength of 10 people.
That's right. That's right.
Because he's my everything.
He is. He is. So, you know what? So, children grow. And as they grow, their physical, their mental, their behavior change. How do you handle all the changes, especially with men growing up, boys growing up to become young men?
I really didn't have a problem with my son. I think he's always been more mature of a person than his age, because I got divorced from his father. He was very young. He never acted out. He never tried to get us back together. And he never, once in a while I'd ask him to do something, when he says, oh, in a little bit, and only once in a while, because I don't like to raise my voice.
Right.
So, he knows. He's always been very helpful, and he's always been good. And I don't, honestly, I think I'm very lucky in that aspect. My son has not given me any trouble.
Yeah.
I'm super lucky that way. I can't even think of one specific, when he was older. When he was younger, I remember putting him in timeout, but... And he
what an extraordinary kid!
He locked himself in the bathroom. That's how extraordinary. And we had a key, which was good. Yes, and he said, I didn't lock the door. Okay, then who did? Who did?
Okay.
So
yeah. Oh my God, that's funny. So, regarding family issues, what do you consider more challenging, but you handled it, even when you doubted yourself?
Family issues? Well, because I'm divorced, there was a situation, I don't know, with my mom. I don't know if I can tell you that story, but there was a story where my son bumped his head at my aunt's house, and, it did bleed a little bit. And I'm very calm when I take care of my son. I make sure I take care of him, make sure he's okay, and I don't get overly excited because that upsets the child.
Mm-hmm.
And my mom said, your head son is bleeding. Aren't you upset? Don't you care? And, that kind of irked me a little bit because I do care,
Right.
and I am taking care of my son, but I'm just calm. I'm calm because I learned from my mother. My mother used to get excited when something bad happened to one of us.
Right.
So I try and,
be more rational, because you don't want to get the child riled up and see you are frantic, and then he's wondering why you are
absolutely
frantic, and then that's going to make him react. And
and that's what my mom did, and so I didn't really want to do that. So it's. I mean, even being a single mom, even with the grandparents around or anybody around, you have to sometimes walk on eggshells. But I mean, my mom, God, it's so different when you're around grandchildren, when they're around the grandchildren than when we were brought up.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
Yeah.
Holy cow, is it amazing?
Yeah. Do your mom still do hair? Is she still in the hair?
She loves doing hair. Let me tell you something. I think she misses it because every time my son comes, she attacks him. She does his hair. She does my hair still. She colored my hair. Yes, she does. She has a few friends that she does, but not many. One or two.
Right.
But she loves it still.
Oh. Yeah.
She loves it. And my poor mom's going through cancer and all sorts of stuff. But yeah, both my parents have cancer.
Oh no.
So yeah.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. So, we're trying to be positive there too.
Absolutely.
I'm trying not to, get my mom upset and,
Yeah.
So she's having a rough time, and my dad's been living with it for a few years, so they're, it's getting rough I mean, my mom's 75, my dad's 77. I still think that's young, I still consider that young, but,
Mm-hmm. Well, you know what? That's one of your family issues, and you're challenging it, and you're handling it, and that's a real major issue to have to be calm and seeing your parents through this. That's difficult, and it's brave and it's extraordinary because you have to be strong. You not only that, you have to be there and be strong for the both of them.
Right. I mean, they're still mobile. They still do everything. They just have the extra doctor's appointments and everything and their medicines. And we try to get together every weekend, at least once on the weekend to visit and, to see each other. Because it's important.
Yes, it is.
Family's very important.
Now I know when the 4th of July is coming up. So do you have plans with them for the 4th of July?
I don't have plans yet, but I'll probably be with them on the 4th of July.
Okay.
I probably will.
Okay. Right now we are going to take a break, and when we come back, we are going to hear more from Sheryl. This is Krista Renee from the 90 Day Podcast. If you are looking to buy a car in good condition with a 30-day warranty, then you have to check out.
My name is Salvatore Visicale. My address 631 Wethersfield Avenue, Hartford. My phone number is 60713-8348. I got best car I can sell. Just to come down, I'll help you out, find a good car, reliable car.
He has the best cars from Ford, Dodge, Honda, Subaru, Toyota, and Saab. They are all in good condition. He offers a 30-day warranty on engines and transmissions. His cars are reasonable. And check this out, he will negotiate prices. There is no financing, so have your money ready. Check it out today. Eastern Auto Sales. This commercial has been sponsored by
Salvatore Visicale.
Welcome back. This is Crystal Renee, and we are here with Sheryl Abrams. Hey,
Yeah.
all right. Well, being a single parent,
Hmm.
is it easy or hard? Because some people have different opinions of it.
You know what? I think it's a blessing for me because I have such a wonderful son,
Mm-hmm.
and not to be rude, but I don't have the miserable. I'm not miserable like I was when I was in my marriage.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm happy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm usually upbeat with my son,
Mm-hmm.
and it's really a blessing.
Yeah.
I mean, and he, and if and when I have a little money, I like to get him some,
Yeah.
stuff. Once a week we meet up, have a meal together. I mean, he's really, he hasn't given me any trouble, and he's been such a good kid. So it's been a blessing. For me, being a single mom, it's been, I don't want to say easy, but it's been really good for me.
So what is he doing now? Like, so he's out of high school, right? This is his.
He's out of high school. He's going to Eastern Connecticut State University.
Okay.
And this summer he's working at Subway. So,
all right.
Part-time job. Yeah. So I'm really very proud of him.
Yes. Now this will be
Very,
his first
very proud.
job.
Yeah.
This will be his first job.
Yeah.
Ever. Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
it is his first job.
So has he started yet, or he's already started working and got his feet wet in the working world?
Yeah, he's been working for a month or two now. Yeah, about a month,
right.
maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do he drive?
Yes, in fact, because he got a job, his father got him a car.
All right.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
His first car.
It's very nice. In fact, the funny thing is I have an Elantra. His father has an Elantra, and he got his son an Elantra. It's very funny. I'm not sure why, but I mean, it's a great car. Don't get me wrong. I love my car. But, yeah, we all have it.
Well, funny story. We all have Dodges over here.
Nice. There we go. See, that's what you like, and then that's funny. That's great. That is so funny.
Wow. Well, when did he get his license?
He got when he got his license? He got his license, it was either the January or February of 2020, right before the pandemic.
Wow.
Yes, which was so lucky, it's not even funny how lucky that was.
Wow. Now, just remind me of his name again, because I want to say it, but I don't want to mess it up.
It's Isaac.
Isaac, right,
Yep.
right, exactly.
Yep.
Exactly. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I am so proud of him.
Yeah, he's good. He's very careful driver, And, when he first started, and I let him drive my car when he first started.
Right.
And it's so funny because he had to get used to the sensitive brakes. And I'm like, okay, I don't need whiplash. Thank you. Please. Old Mama Abrams here doesn't need whiplash.
I remember the last time I seen you and Isaac.
Yes.
You came over, and I
Yeah.
believe you had a squirrel's nest growing under your hood.
Oh, yes. You know how they fixed my wires? They put tape. It's still taped. The like electrical tape. That's the cheap way to do it, but I couldn't afford anything. Thousands of dollars to get my car rewired or whatever. But
Right.
yeah, but it's still working good, so that's good.
And that's
But
been years ago.
Holy cow, that was miserable. Yes, I do remember that. Thank you. I'll never forget seeing that nest. The poor guy in the garage had to clean out my car with this huge nest underneath my hood. It was horrible.
I bet you that was a sight for sore eyes.
Oh, yes. My eyes still hurt.
Oh, wow. That is a laughter. That is a laughter. Well,
Yeah.
do you still knit or crochet? I can never determine like which is which. I always get them mixed up.
I crochet.
Crochet.
Yep, and I haven't done it in a few months because my hands hurt, but I have a really pretty blanket that I'm working on that I really want to finish, and I will. It's just too warm right now to work on it, a big heavy blanket. Yeah. So when it gets cooler, in the fall, I'll probably start working on it again. But I love to crochet still. I do.
Oh, right. Have you ever thought of starting a class for people who would love to knit? Oh, I mean crochet, I'm sorry.
That's okay. I know, you know what? I'm not really a business person. Maybe that's why I had never thought of doing that. Oh, excuse me. If friends ask me, to teach them, I will. Excuse me, I'm sorry. But, no, I never really thought of doing a class.
Yeah, because I remember I was your one student.
Yes, you were. You were absolutely my one student.
I couldn't really get it together. I tried, but I really couldn't get it together.
It's hard. It's not, it's not hard. I don't know if it's easy. I guess if we had more time for me to teach you, I probably could have. Yeah. But we didn't have that much time, Yeah. So maybe,
Yeah, depending on a 30-minute lunch and then trying to eat and then spending like 5 or 10 minutes trying to hurry up and try to,
that's, If we had more time, I probably could have taught you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I find crocheting hard to do. Is this something you started when you were young?
Actually, in the mid to late 90s, I worked for a startup company. We had a lot of time on our hands, and this woman asked our boss if she could teach us how to crochet. So I learned at this startup company how to crochet. This woman taught us.
Wow.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. That's how I started.
Now, was it in? Were you living in Connecticut?
Yep. Yes. I was in Rocky Hill, actually, working in Rocky Hill. I was in my, I think, late 20s.
Wow. Okay.
Maybe late 20s, early 30s, could have been. Yeah, learning how to crochet.
Now, were you guys making clothing at this company, or? This is
Nope. They were a software company. They developed software to submit. Actually, I think they submitted medical claims.
wow.
Yes, I wound up being an office administrator there, and I learned how to crochet.
Oh, wow.
It was pretty cool.
Well, what are some of the things you enjoy making?
I love making blankets. That's my favorite. But I taught myself to crochet hats and scarves, and I've done baby blankets and hats.
Oh, wow.
My mom asked me to make a baby blanket and hat for my dad's doctor, because my dad's doctor just had, I think, his first grandchild.
Oh.
So I wound up making a couple hats and a baby blanket for like Christmas or something. Yeah, so that's fun. Making baby things are fun. That's fun.
Did you wrap it up in a little box and put the bow on it and all that cute stuff?
I think my mom did that, yeah. I think my mom did that because it was her present to give, so.
Right.
Yeah, so I think she wrapped it, but yeah.
Being a single mom, what do you see extraordinary about yourself?
I think just staying positive during hard times.
Mm-hmm.
I think knowing that your child is a good human being.
Mm-hmm.
That's just a gift. And just life is not easy. You just got to plug away and be positive, and keep trying. I keep having interviews. I haven't gotten a job yet, but I keep applying. I just have to keep applying and, do what I have to do to get a job.
Well, I know that I work part-time at Last Parking.
Mm-hmm.
And from what I still know, they are still hiring. So if you go on Indeed and look up Last Parking, customer service rep, and fill out their application.
Okay.
I'm sure with your qualifications, you will get hired. And I, excuse me, and I will. Oh, thank you. And I will ring a bell in their ear, letting them know that I sent a referral their way.
Thank you.
Oh, no problem.
Thank you so much. I did see that job, actually, and I wasn't exactly sure what that entailed, but I'll read it carefully.
Yeah.
And apply to it.
Yeah, because I do work from home. The training is downtown. Matter of fact,
nice.
Not too far from where Care Centrics is, right down the street.
That's funny.
It's in Uccello Street, Ann Uccello Street. So not too far from where Care Centrics is on Church Street.
Yeah.
So I did do the training downtown, and once I was trained, you do work from home. So that's very convenient. And so I will ring a bell in their ear.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, absolutely no problem. You are my sister from another mother.
Yes.
And I don't mind helping any one of my interviewers, and I call anyone that I interview my clients, because my clients are my celebrities. You guys are my apple and my eyes. You guys keep the podcast going. We are now on Anchor.fm. We are on a new platform.
Nice.
Yeah, so all I ask is for all my listeners is to continue to listen, continue to make the platform grow. The month of July is for extraordinary people doing extraordinary things. And like I said, Sheryl, You keep being extraordinary because living and surviving is absolutely extraordinary because you have to really keep your head up high in order to not to break, in order to be extraordinary. Thank God that you have
Thank
a
you.
strong-willed son who is very determined, who is working, who is doing good, who is willing to
Yeah.
take care of his mom when she took care of him for many years.
Yeah.
So
That's
that
lucky.
is, yeah, that is a blessing. And thank
It is.
God that you are taking care of your parents who have been diagnosed with cancer.
Yeah.
And that within itself is very extraordinary because it takes a brave person to take on so much and they're dealing with their own issues. But to see that you're still holding your head up high and still being very optimistic, and you always been that person even when we first met. And I think that's just the Pisces in us. I think
Yes.
that's just us. That's just how we roll.
Absolutely. We're very strong-willed people, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yes, we are.
Yeah. I mean, don't get us wrong. We do break. We do have our breaking moments. We do have our shutdown moments. We do cry. We have our moments where we do cry. But overall, we do know how to pick ourselves up and brush ourselves off and say, okay, this is a new day and new challenges, and we're going to face these new challenges head on, and nothing can stop us.
Absolutely.
So I am so very proud of you, my sister from another mother.
Oh, I miss you so much. Thank you so much. You are so sweet. Thank you.
You're always sweet to me. You always been there for me, always been supportive. We always looked out for one another. We were like Cheech and Chong,
Oh,
Sonny and Cher, the Jackson Fives. Who else?
I loved it when we sat next to each other.
Yeah.
That was fun as heck. And then I fell off remember I fell off the chair?
Oh, but I had my falling off moment too.
Yeah, I said, don't do it, Sheryl. Yep, that was, oh, man. We had some good times there.
We did. But listen,
Yeah.
I am not going to keep you long. I thank you for really taking the time out with me today to talk about you as an extraordinary person. And listen, don't let nobody tell you anything different. You are extraordinary. Even when you think you're not, you are.
Thank you, Crystal. I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, my friend. And this is Crystal Renee from the 90 Day Podcast Show. I'm signing out. And before I sign out, again, please listen to the 90 Day Podcast Show on a new platform. It is now on anchor.fm. Please listen and click on the notify button. Before I exit out, Sheryl, do you have any final words you would like to say?
I'm just glad I was able to talk to you for a while. I love you, Crystal.
Love you back, my friend. This is Krista Renee signing out. Peace and love.